Unquestionably, the population constitutes the greatest challenge.
Yes. Democracy is all about inclusion. It's all about people. It's all about development.
Today, this state has more people than both the Benin and Togo republics. As if this critical situation were not enough, a great majority of the population of 16 million people resides in this relatively small area, which lately has grown to include Ikorodu urban area. A situation which has made the state, and particularly the Lagos metropolis, the most densely populated in Africa. Apart from this, the population growth rate is about 3.8%, making it one of the fastest in the world. According to the UN population reports, by the year 2015, Lagos would have a population of 25 million people, ranking it the third largest populated mega city behind Jakarta, Indonesia, and Brasilia in Brazil.
We continue to provide for you. We continue to create job opportunity. We continue to do everything at our best.
The first area of priority is this. For a state tacked at various times the live wire of the nation, the commercial, industrial, and financial nerve center, a land of great opportunity, movement of people and goods constitute a challenge. A responsive administration will therefore pursue this area with determination and serious commitment. Apart from massive rehabilitation of roads that characterized the early period of the administration, important link roads like Ikotu-Igodo, Kudira-Tabiola, and Ichirela-Wansin were transformed to an almost state-of-the-art roads. Besides the quality of work done, such complementary facilities like street lights, telephone, and water points are indications of not only service-oriented programs, but more importantly, the strong desire to ensure better social well-being of the citizenry.
Formerly, the road was terribly bad, but since Bola Tinubu has done the road, and before the road was tied, there was a lot of go-slow along this Akin Adeshola road. But since they tied the road, even if there may be road, it is less, more than the before.
Then concerning the road, especially at Itireye, he has done noble. He did something very well here.
The history of Alimashaw local government, you know, we have not been able to see any governor that has done as much as this governor has done for us. In fact, we are very, very happy today.
The road was bad, and you know, this affects us in this area because an hour, 30 minutes journey might turn to an hour journey or more than. But now that the road is good, you know, sometimes people used to avoid this road. Like when you are coming here, you might, because of the bad road, avoid here and go the other way around. But now that the road is okay, everybody is happy.
The conscious efforts to transform the roads have touched such important roads like Awolowo-Ikoyi, where traffic used to be a nightmare, the Gali Ayonide Street, Adeola Odeku, and Akin Adeshola, all on the Victoria Island and Ikoyi axis of the state. Other roads include Alakuko and Abaronje-Okerube in the northeast of the state. There is also the Ajiro Road in Etiosa area, This road, like similar ones of the terrain, reflects total commitment to quality and long-lasting job.
Happy over the construction, and I'm sure they all appreciate what have been done by the government of Lagos State in the construction of this road.
The high population has made Lagos and its environs to effectively exercise an economic and demographic dominance over not only the rest of the state, but the entire West Africa sub-region. This situation has created large presence of industrial and commercial establishments. There is always constant haulage, and in addition to the general low topography, the roads wear out quite often. To do away completely or reduce this condition to the very minimum, the administration started massive reconstruction and maintenance in the year 2005, tagged Operation 1000 Roads in 90 days. A program to resurface and reconstruct roads in all the local government areas in the state.
I commend them because I commend the state government for what they are doing. Actually, they've tried all their best in this Lupeju community, so I love what they are doing.
In fact, the road they rough before where this all our body don't weak finish. So as they do now, we're happy as they try, and not only this road though, the road plenty where they will help us do for inside Lagos State, not only here.
How this road don't affect the people?
As they do finish, we enjoy now. The road they helele.
This is the only link road coming into Aguda, or going in Aguda, or coming outside with Aguda. This is the only link road. From here, you can go to Eric Moore, National Theatre, Stadium, other places, even Badagry. From here, there is other place. All people living at Ejigbo, Mafoluk, when they close from Lekki, Lagos, they have to pass through this place to go to their house, because many a times you find the express very blocked.
Before, prior to the rehabilitation, it was very bad, unmotorable, so to say, right? And anytime it rained, in fact, it was usually worse. So, you know, of recent, I saw some people, you know, with their equipment. They said they were working for the Lagos State government. They came for the repair, and since then, at least, people have been moving freely. So, and it does not end here, right? You know, they went as far as Iponwon, and you know, everywhere in Ekpe has been presently covered. And we thank the Lagos State government for that gesture.
Actually, it's now helping my business, because before, when this road was rough, people don't used to come to my shop. They will say, Martha, I will not come because this your road is so rough. But now they are coming. They are coming.
In order to sustain and imbibe the road maintenance culture, an agency solely responsible for developing and running very efficient transportation network was established. The Lagos Metropolitan Transport Authority, LAMATA. Amongst the functions of this new agency is ensuring that roads repaired, especially the agency, are monitored and maintained to avoid any damage or disrepair. LAMATA, since establishment, has added value and a bit of impression in some areas. To ensure that this very important infrastructure receives the maximum attention required, the Public Works Corporation, the government arm that used to be solely responsible in the past for road maintenance and rehabilitation, was restructured for greater efficiency. Equipped with adequate personnel and resources, PWC now responds faster in carrying out roads repairs and rehabilitation, especially in the Lagos metropolis, where there is large network of roads.
to do our job to the satisfaction, not only of our people, but that of God Almighty, who has stood with us up to now and who will continue to stay with us because we are committed to the people's development and we stay above board.
Due to the utmost importance of the sector, particularly due to our standard socially and economically, education will continue to receive total and uncompromising attention. This administration has emphasized this commitment at almost every forum and opportunity and has continually looked for ways and means of not only increasing the facilities but has established a niche for outstanding learning structure.
The benefits of our rural children and the entire
By May 2005, 27 primary and secondary schools cutting across the state were either rehabilitated or totally reconstructed at the total cost of 400 million naira. The second phase of the program had seen the completion of 4 formerly abandoned secondary school structures. 16 were rehabilitated, while 15 were reconstructed. The total amount spent on this phase alone was 375 million naira.
I really thank the governor for building this school for us because it has been a long time that we have waiting for this opportunity. I will thank the governor for giving us this kind of gift. And we know that he's still going to do more because in his reaction we know that he's still going to try very hard.
We benefited because previous year ago, we are in the classroom. Our staff room is not normally organized. Our classroom, we are even sitting down on doors. But now we know that as God has done this for us, we are going to move from this to glory.
As resolute as the administration is to improving the infrastructure in this sector, the overwhelming situation must be pointed out. Here are the facts. By the second term of the 2004-2005 academic year, the number of primary schools in Lagos State stood at 934, junior secondary schools 303, while there were 294 schools for senior secondary. And virtually every school building requires some form of rehabilitation. However, in spite of the tremendous work to be done, coupled with other competing social demands, the administration remains steadfast and totally committed to enhancing and properly placing education where it deserves. This commitment is further shown in the policy to ensure that all SS3 students are given the opportunity to sit for the final school certificate examinations. This administration believes that no student must be barred from the examinations as a result of poor background. By May year 2005, a total sum of 727.2 million naira had been expended on over 420,000 students since year 2000 when the scheme started. The payment of examinations fees did not stop at the senior secondary school level alone. It has been extended to the junior secondary school students as well. 135 million naira was paid as junior secondary examinations for 90,000 students for the academic year 2004-2005, while the sum of 120 million naira was also paid for 8,000 candidates for junior secondary school certificate examination.
I think it's what being a student in public school, because if you look at it, the WAEC fees are being paid, money for practicals, infrastructures are there, your labs are there without you paying a kobo. I think it's very wonderful.
Average family of 6 or 8 with 2 or 3 children in the same school, and they are poor. So by the time you ask 3 of them to pay examination, you are talking of about 7,500, 2,500 each. The entire capital they used to roast corn, roast body, is not up to 2,000. So you will have caused 3 of those children to drop out. And what are they going to do? Street trading, hawking. You stimulate. You have caused poverty. You have stimulated poverty rather than fighting the poverty, rather than assisting them. That is why in Lagos State, say regardless, no discrimination, we will pay your examination fee. Keep the children in the class. Give them the opportunity.
The historical, political, as well as the expansive growth of the city of Lagos and its environs have made it quite imposing and domineering. The state is always categorized as highly urbanized. The fact on ground is that a vast majority of the state area falls within rural, semi-rural, and riverine. The administration has taken it as a priority to ensure that these areas that serve as ample opportunities for accommodating the excess population from the city of Lagos are provided with enough facilities to improve on the socio-economic activities. Here is the first area of commitment.
Lagos State Government, Ministry of Rural Development, this flag commemorates the official commissioning of Black Well Micro Water Scheme by His Excellency President Ahmed Tinubu, Governor of Lagos State, Wednesday 9
By May 2005, 3 micro-water schemes had been constructed in the rural areas of the state, while 12 had been rehabilitated and over 200 different motorized boreholes, hand pumps and wells had been sunk. Areas like Odomola, Erepoto, Igbonla, Temu, Epe, Laga, Ewu-Elepe, and Abashimo in Ikorodu. Others include Otelu, Shiriwon in Lekki, and Orimedu Ibeju, and Orile Lason in Etiosa. And others now have treated water projects serving them.
So according to the water system that the state government provides to us, so it's what we like. And we really love it so much. So since they have been doing these things, so we have no problem of water again.
The local government happens to cover over 400 square kilometers. That's about 1/7 of the total landmass of Lagos State. And prior to his administration, the only legacy of the state was the Maroko Expressway. And after the session of his own administration, he had gone into various projects within the local government, various road rehabilitation, various electrification projects. One of Badore is there. This present one we have here, Labora Wode is there, Iokojo Elemoro is there, and others even at our own sister local government at Lekki. So that shows the kind of focus this local government is getting from this excellency, and that's the only way this local government can develop, being a rural local government with potentials for both industrial and tourism ventures.
By the end of year 2004, over 190 million naira had also been spent on rural electrification projects. In year 2004, 23 of these projects were completed and hooked to the national grid. Some of the newly completed projects include Odonisha and Mataku, Ikosi, Ejirin, Okeagbo, Anararomi, Imota, Ajelogo, Ijede, Kotoa Ikorodu, and Tokpo New Site, and Ahave in Badagry.
Of God Almighty, the economic benefits of our people, social progress, and political.
Lagos State Government and the Ministry of Rural Development, this place commemorates former commissioning of rural electrification scheme of Agbaduraye by His Excellency the Executive Governor of Lagos State, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, on Friday, 13th May 2005. Congratulations. I Commissioner. Chairman, come here now. Chairman. Committee Chairman, I dedicate this Ayetoro Rural Electrification Project in Agbado Kyoto local government. I'm sorry, I'm getting a hang-up on the hangover. I dedicate this electrification project in Ayetoro and Jokoro local government to the glory of God Almighty, economic prosperity of our people.
In fact, we are in the total darkness, but thank God that He has turned this community to a day moonlight, and for this, it is beyond human being imagination.
Besides the improvement on the physical development, considerable energy to enhancing the income-generating potentials of the rural dwellers was also expended. Since farming is the main sustenance, training in fishing, poultry, as well as crop farming were intensified, and many people, including the rehabilitated area boys and girls, benefited. The fishermen were provided with giant freezers and electricity generating sets at Okunse, Shiriwon in Lekki area, and Itehu in Badagry. These facilities have been helping the local fishermen to preserve their catches and prevent wastage and spoilage that used to prevail. Our pilot piggery project was also set up at Mataku in Ekpe, another in Egon, and Logbere in Ikosi area. Besides this, 3-ton cassava processing machine was also provided for the farmers of Ibua Power in Ekpe. Realizing the roles of women in the national building and upliftment of the general well-being of the people, the Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration initiated programs for the enhancement of the economic status of the women folk. By May 2005, over 7,000 women had been trained in such vocations like soap, pomade and hat making, pottery, weaving, tie and dye, balloon decoration, quite a popular vocation amongst young ladies who want to seize the opportunity and advantages of the various celebrations and parties prevalent. There's also hairdressing and catering. Besides the free skilled acquisition training, the administration provided take-off materials for 4,000 beneficiaries.
This way, don't block it in that this thing, Abba. Madam, not block.
Today, the women development centers at Ogba, Ikorodu, Ekpe and Badagry have been restructured and fully equipped to meet the expectations of the administration. Over 3,000 women had been trained in these centers in the last 3 years. This is another concrete commitment to upgrading the less privileged in the society. This skill acquisition center is designed to accommodate about 1,000 participants in 2 shifts. The concentration will be young school leavers and those for one reason or another could not finish their secondary schools. However, women will be the primary target and focus. The training here as well will be totally free and come with provision of materials and support to start up the beneficiaries. Lagos State rural and riverine women are versed in farming. To further encourage and stimulate more interest, the Abia farm in Badagry division and the farm at Odoginyo Ekpe have been reinforced and made to increase production in livestock, cassava planting and processing, and palm oil processing. The Lagos metropolis inhabitants also benefited, where 700 poverty alleviation equipment like pepper grinding and block making machines and telecommunication equipment were distributed to beneficiaries of the program.
I thought it's something that will be so difficult for me. Since when I come, this is the 5th day. Everything, when we want to go out for wedding, when they charge us about 25,000, 50,000, this is what we come and learn free of charge. I thank God and I thank God will bless them. I will continue to practice because practice is the same makes perfect. I know for these 2 weeks I've gained a lot of experiences, but when I get home I want to go and establish, buy materials on my own and continue to decorate.
It is about commitment to improving the general well-being of the masses. The governor also delved into providing quick and free legal assistance. The Citizens' Right Office, an alternative to dispute resolution, was also established. The system provides friendly settlement whenever there is a dispute, rather than the displeasure and unnecessary stress always associated with such matters. Several cases between landlords and tenants, the most popular, lenders and borrowers, family members, employers and employees, and others are also dealt with. In the year 2004 alone, about 8,000 invitations were issued, and about 1/3 of the issues were resolved in friendly atmosphere.
I have often wondered how anyone could talk about justice when the vast majority of our people cannot afford the fees of lawyers. How can the poor or disadvantaged derive the benefit of the rule of law or even fundamental rights when the cost of fighting in the court is beyond his or her reach? The clear answer is, of course, that the courts can never be the last resort of common man unless he can be provided with high-quality legal advice without having to further impoverish himself.
Just make it an emergency locally. By the time you went there, that 2003, he has broken the law, take everything.
However, the area reflecting the administration's total commitment to helping the masses in the judiciary matters is the Office of the Public Defenders.
I did my workshop, Jege. They work for my daily bread. Now so big man with him big car, come jam me. When we dress and go in house, now so you throw me out like goat. Me I dey for pin. Big man dey sit wine. I can't go for the Office of the Public Defender. Now so better lawyer with better sense listen to my story. So big man said he put hand for back for court. Lawyer no go gree. Judge said no believe the thing we dey hear. Big man come they look like mumu. My people, Lagos State government don't pay lawyers to defend we poor people. Governor Bola Tinubu don't ready to defend the defenseless. If anybody mess you, go to the Office of the Public Defender, where lawyers go take your case to court free of charge. This not be joke, free of charge.
For the year 2004, about 600 petitions in both civil and criminal matters were received. Some of the important matters in this area include payment of compensation to victims of human rights abuse, welfare, widows' rights, and death benefits.
My mom, before we lost our mom, we lost our daddy on October 24th, 2002. And so that period, our uncles and our aunties, our village people, they were like, they wanted to take everything my daddy had from my mom. The house, the 2 cars, a bus and a car from her. So when she denied everything and the account, they wanted to collect the passbook. They were asking her for so many things and she denied everything. So they were threatening her that if she didn't bring it, that they would do this to her, they would do that to her. At the end of the day, they couldn't get it. So when she came back, she fell sick due to I don't know what they did to her. They have really helped us. They have really helped us. When we lost our mom, we had nobody there. Everybody just left us. We even slept with the cops for a day inside our room. Me and my younger ones, we slept there with the cops. They left us. At the end of the day, they came back. They took the cops away. They sent my 4 siblings to school just on scholarship without payment. Even their clothing, their feeding, everything about their schooling, they've been taking care of it. My daddy's uncompleted building, they helped us to roof 2 rooms there, apartments, and we've been staying. They've helped us in so many ways. They've been helping us. We had nothing, but it was from their purse. All this was taken care of. And
without exaggeration, by the first quarter of the year 2005, cleanliness in the Lagos metropolis had started to be taken for granted. Many areas that used to be noted for heaps of refuse have begun to be acknowledged and admired for tidiness and inviting surroundings. Today, many streets in the city of Lagos feature prominently in the home video scenes, without people realizing that not too long ago they were categorized and tagged as very dirty and shameful. clean environment is indeed a topmost priority of this administration. As a matter of fact, restoring the pride of Lagos as a clean city has been adopted as a policy thrust.
For the avoidance of doubt, no market or motor garage operator should henceforth dump refuse on highways, road medians, barges, lagoons, streams, wetlands, and loops. You must organize your place. Any mechanic, any workshop, any garage that I pass through, I find waste on their median or around them, loosely, not organized, I will close them down. It's not limited to the market alone. All motor parks, if they don't have, from today on, containers, bags to organize the pure water, the refuse, when you go to major parks, they live as if they are in the jungle. Lagos is Lagos. It is not jungle. You either obey our law or go to your own jungle.
Besides the non-payment of the local government's allocations by the federal government, a situation that could have derailed all the laudable projects of the administration, if not for the doggedness and unflinching commitment, the administration also has to contend with a huge generation of refuse on hourly basis, if not moment-by-moment basis. A factor arising from a large and highly concentrated population in a relatively small area. To get to the present clean stage, the administration engaged 17 viable waste management companies to collect and dispose refuse from many areas. These companies now ensure that no area within their operating zones is littered and uncatered for. The energy and resources committed to cleanse the environment strongly attest to the strength and range of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Besides the two factors of non-payment of the local government allocations and high volume of refuse generated daily, there are also the unwholesome, dirty habits of some people, as well as the deliberate actions by some mischievous ones who are bent in frustrating the cleaning goals of the administration. To sustain the present cleanliness, the three main dump sites have been rehabilitated. The site at Olusosun by Ojota, Abule Egba along the Abeokuta Expressway, and Solus on Iba Road are now with all the necessary infrastructure, like all-weather road, illumination, and additional tipping fingers. The sustainability of these efforts is reinforced by the clearance of illegal dams at various places, as well as illegal structures that used to deface the landscape. In response and support, some corporate bodies as well as individuals have started to improve on some designated areas. By and large, some places have started to wear environmentally accommodating and friendly look. Also, to sustain this very important aspect and to prevent the seemingly intractable flooding, the administration concentrated on massive cleaning of chambers, conduits and collectors' drains at Anikotamo, Adeniji Adele Outfall, Apata Ilori, Bagada, Bariga, Shomolu and Oboru Drain, as well as Etinri Canal. The ultimate aim, underneath the commitment and energy to provide these infrastructural facilities, besides improving the socio-economic well-being of the citizenry, is also to ensure strong and healthy people. Our peak at the records in the health sector will not only pinpoint the administration's commitment, but will clearly show that the government of Lagos State is deeply concerned about the consequences of ill-motivated policies and programs in this sector and wants to chart a new and positive transformation of the state into a more vibrant, progressive and hopeful place. Malaria today is still the #1 killer in Africa. Its prevalence is quite high and cuts across every stratum. The loss of valuable time at work or at school or even socially due to malaria-related illness takes a great deal of toll on the economy and any meaningful progress. To cut down on this, the administration embarked on full-scale battle against malaria. In year 2004, over 140 million naira was spent on the treatment of the disease and other diseases like tuberculosis and leprosy. A total number of 287,760,000 patients were treated under the free malaria program. Another indication of the seriousness attached to the health sector is revealed here. By May 2005, a sum of 135 million naira had been spent on treatment of patients outside Nigeria for such cases that could not be handled effectively at home. Apart from the regular operations in the teaching and general hospitals, maternity wards and health clinics, several avenues were also initiated to provide easier health treatments. The limb deformity, reconstructive and rehabilitation, designed to correct various forms of limb deformity. The objective, of course, just like this program of the administration, is to improve the quality of life of those afflicted with deformity. By the second quarter of year 2005, over 800 patients had been screened. 82 of them were successfully operated and rehabilitated. 200 were referred for physiotherapy. In collaboration with the Association of Nigerian Physicians in the United States of America, surgical and medical services were carried out in Badagry, Lagos Island, where 6,880 patients were screened. 455 were operated upon for such surgical problems like hernia, appendicitis, and defective eyes. Many were treated and discharged without any payment whatsoever.
Appreciation to the Lagos government for offering us a free medical service. This is my son, Christian Zewi. He's been operated today, free of charge.
Open heart surgery was also carried out on 5 patients by a group of Nigerian surgeons based in the United States of America, and in benevolent show of support and appreciation for the administration to provide good health for the people, the surgeons donated medical equipment and consumables worth over 100 million naira to the state. The equipment are now for the benefits of the people at the new critical care unit, Lagos State University Teaching Hospital.
The first 24 hours is the most critical for post-cardiac surgery. And within the first 8 hours, we always pray that the machine, which is called ventilator, that helps them to breathe, that before they come to intensive care, that is being discontinued, that is being activated medically, so we can start. Because if they're not, it makes the healing process longer. So the first 12 hours, we have to be able to get them to sit up, wake up, get out of bed, and within 24 hours they have to start walking. And which is a new thing that was started about 5-10 years ago. Before it used to be up to, they used to stay 1 month in the hospital. And in that,
due to increase in the incidence of hypertension and diabetes in the community, the administration carried out screening exercise in several places. About 21,500 people were screened. Those discovered to be hypertensive or diabetic were promptly treated, and were serious were referred for further treatment at the various state hospitals. But by far, the most penetrating and most popular is the blindness prevention program. By May year 2005, not only has the program become well known, but it has virtually taken over as one of the legacies of Bola Tinubu.
L-Y. Okay, close the other eye. What's up now? A-C-O-A-L-H-O-C-T-A.
The Jigi Bola took off in a most dramatic manner and is now being copied in other states. In year 2004 alone, over 20,000 people were tested. Our total number, 1,022 operations were carried to remove cataract, glaucoma, and other eye defects. A greater number, about 10,000, were provided with medicated glasses without paying a kobo. Also, in support of the administration, various health programs, a group of ophthalmologists from India, in collaboration with the Rotary Club of Victoria Island, performed various eye surgeries on patients at the Lagos General Hospitals.
Better, I can see very well. You know, before it's like when you are in Hamatan period, where you cannot see in a distance. I can only see things, only this one. I can only see things few, but this one nothing at all. But now with this, it's only yesterday they operated, and I can see very well. I know you, I know what you are putting on now.
So what has happened now? I have done the operation this morning. I thank God. Myself, I've been very, very happy.
9 years old.
Wow, okay. What happened to you?
For instruments, I did not see clearly, and that's why I have my operation. I have my operation Friday to Tuesday. I did this eye on Tuesday, and I did the second eye 8th of this month.
I don't want to do the operation because it was expensive, so my mom brought me here and they did all it on me.
One other area the administration is surely, passionately, but subtly creating indirect impact is in ensuring that those who implement its various policies and programs are quite abreast of situations and versed to perform their responsibilities, are given adequate training. The idea is that for the Lagos Public Service to meet the aspirations and continually be responsive to the yearnings of the modern society, as well as pursue the vision of the administration, it must be properly harnessed and channeled. By May 2005, there were close to 45,000 labor force in the state government, with the post-primary teachers numbering almost half of the total number. Several training programs are conducted to improve areas of efficiency and effectiveness. Between May 2004 and February 2005, a sum of 56 million naira was spent for training. The several well-defined human resources development programs are meant for both junior and senior members of staff. Perhaps no area of governance of the Bola Tinubu administration reflects more commitment, more determination, and more success than the revenue generation and collection. By May year 2005, the state was generating an average of 3.5 billion naira monthly, a far cry from the situation in 1999, which was only 600 million naira. Besides other measures to boost the internally generated revenue, the target is actually 5 billion naira per month. The administration introduced the automation of tax-related security documents and electronic tax clearance certificate. Right from the beginning, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu has shown that our country needs to set a solid basis for sustainable development and the long-term well-being of the people through efforts on the rebuilding of infrastructure, initiating and implementing policies and programs to improve on the qualities of education, health, environment, housing, even justice, and alleviating poverty and raising the standard of the rural and riverine areas.
We are determined to lay a solid foundation upon which the future modern state of Lagos State will be built. We are talking of a new Lagos, a Lagos State reborn, a state that is first class in its planning, in its development, in environment and traffic discipline, a state that can be #1 state in Africa. We need the cooperation of every one of you to achieve this goal, our goal of New Lagos.
A governor who radiates confident optimism in spite of mounting political pressures, and who has the knack for knowing how to capture the warmth and support of people. A compassionate, humane individual who courts friendship genuinely and sincerely in spite of his tough stance and doggedness. A leader who has established a reputation for coming up with innovations and whose name in the political arena today is synonymous with courage and freedom of the mind and beliefs. The last man standing, the Okonlawon, who has not only become the conscience of the progressive minds, but who, by his vision and actions, has been indexed and identified as a greater tomorrow.
need for a more rapid transformation of the rural areas in Lagos State to reverse the rural-urban drift is paramount to the state government. Since inception, the state government